There's something uniquely frustrating about investing time in a TV series, watching the characters grow, getting hooked on the story, and then, bam, it ends on an unresolved cliffhanger. No closure, no satisfying conclusion, just a giant middle finger to the audience. Some shows get it right and give us endings that feel earned, even if they leave things slightly open-ended. Buffy the Vampire Slayer concluded with the destruction of Sunnydale and Buffy finally free of her burden as the Soul Slayer. Dexter, at least in its original run, ended with him losing everything and choosing exile. Even Doctor Who, in 1989, though cancelled before its time, managed to feel like an ending, with the Doctor and Ace walking off together into the unknown with a thoughtful monologue. These endings work because they tie up the core themes while still leaving room for the characters to exist beyond the final episode. But too many series don't get that luxury. Instead, they're abruptly axed, leaving stories unfinished and audiences hanging. It's a slap in the face, and it's a problem that's been plaguing television for decades. Welcome to the Snake Pit, where we're full of bile and venom. I'm your host, Snake Damon, and today we're looking at one of the biggest sins in television: open-ended cliffhangers that never get resolved. Some shows have truly mastered the art of pissing off their fans with unresolved endings. The BBC's Bugs ended its fourth and final season with Ross and Beckett being kidnapped. No resolution, no explanation, just a permanent what happened next. Lois and Clark, the new adventures of Superman, built up years of story, only to end on the reveal of a mysterious baby being left for Lois and Clark, setting up a new arc that never materialized. V. The series finally introduced the enigmatic leader of the Visitors, teased an important meeting with Elizabeth, and had Diana scheming another betrayal. And then, nothing. And let's not forget the demon Headmaster, where the villain was last seen stuck in a helicopter. That was my first taste of an unresolved cliffhanger, and even back then I knew it was a garbage way to end a story. Now let's look at a few more examples and how they impacted viewers. These shows, despite their potential, left audiences hanging, yearning for closure that never came. Then there's Firefly, a series that could have been one of the greatest sci-fi shows of all time if Fox hadn't completely botched its handling. They aired the episodes out of order, barely promoted it, and then cancelled it after one season, leaving countless unanswered questions. Fans at least got Serenity, which tried to tie up as many loose ends as possible, but it was still a case of too little, too late. And what about My Name is Earl? The show spent 4 seasons following Earl's list, where he made amends for all the bad things he had done. It was building up to the moment where he finally completed it, only for the series to be cancelled, ending on a screen that literally said to be continued. And yet, it never was. Or how about Two Broke Girls? Say what you will about the show, but it ended with the main character's boyfriends in a fistfight, setting up a storyline that never got resolved. That's not an ending, that's just pulling the rug out from under the audience. And this isn't just a problem with Western entertainment. Anime fans have suffered through this nonsense just as much, if not more. Shows like Rosario plus Vampire, No Game No Life, and Sekirei all promised future seasons, only for nothing to ever materialize. These series ended with huge setup for future storylines that never got the chance to be told. And let's not even get started on Berserk, which has been doomed to never get a proper adaptation from start to finish. At some point, audiences just get tired of it. Why should people invest in a new show when there's no guarantee it'll ever get a proper ending? Hollywood wonders why audiences are tuning out. It's not just because of all the dross they've been churning out in recent years. It's also because they keep burning goodwill with half-finished stories that leave fans with nothing but frustration. So, what's the solution? Well, it's not rocket science. Audiences want resolution, not endless cliffhangers. They crave stories that feel complete, not ones that just string them along. Yet Hollywood seems to have forgotten this basic principle. So what can be done? It's simple. Instead of wasting time and money on soulless reboots and half-baked new projects that nobody cares about, revive the classics that deserve a proper ending. Imagine if Bugs got a reunion special resolving Ross and Beckett's fate, a miniseries wrapping up Lois and Clark's final mystery, bringing back V to finally show us what the leader had planned. Giving My Name is Earl one last season to finish the list. Hell, even Firefly, if not with the original cast, then at least with a respectful continuation that doesn't insult fans. And if Hollywood doesn't want to spend blockbuster budgets, fine. Fans would take a lower budget production if it meant actual resolution. Use classic 90s practical effects, limit CGI, whatever it takes. Just give us the closure we've been waiting for. There are still dedicated fans of these series, even decades later. If studios want to win back their audience, well, this could be how they do it. Instead of pumping out disposable content that's forgotten in weeks, go back and finish what was started. Give people a reason to care again. But of course, Hollywood will probably just keep doubling down on the same mistakes, pushing out content nobody asked for while ignoring the series people actually want to see return. Thanks for dropping by the Snake Pit, where we thrive on untapped potential and lost opportunities. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell like the video. And leave your opinions in the comments, where naturally I won't read them. Until next time, stay venomous.